Hello, welcome to How to Level Up Fast, sort of Paladin edition. I did a Druid one recently. Again, where this is from the... I only learned what these buttons do. Yeah, this is from Grand Tournament. I think I might have said something else. But anyway, it's Grand Tournament. But yeah, so Paladin... Grand Tournament's been out for a few weeks now. That's it. Well, a couple of weeks. And... yeah, so what happened was in Grand Tournament is you had at the beginning you had this thing, didn't you? Have I got any of them? I think I might have one. Or did I chuck them? Well, anyway, you got it's the I don't actually have it. It's this guy, the Mysterious Challenger, and with all the secrets. That was the common deck. This is not that deck at all. But another deck that this is good against is against the there's a Dragon Priest deck. This deck, I don't think I've really lost any. The only decks this will lose. This is very good for leveling up. I've been playing this about rank 9 and 10. And honestly, the game's often quite long, but I mean that is way with Paladin. But it's a very strong deck. And the deck really is based on continually minimizing the attack power of your opponent. And then there's also, some heals, and yeah. So you've got 4 different healing cards. Obviously, True Silver for 2. This potentially is 7, and that's 8. So quite a lot of healing. Yeah. So if you imagine with 2 heal bots, similar sort of amount. But it really works well, especially when you're going against, like. For instance, often nowadays you go against this guy, don't you? The Twilight Guardian. If that comes as a 3/6, often if you've only got quite small minions on the board, this thing can just eat up the minions. But with so many ways, you've got humility to get your opposition's attack to 1. Got humility, 1 of them, 2 peacekeepers, Edric the Pure. Very useful. There's always there's the classic Paladin technique of equality and consecration. Of course, if you want to get rid of stuff, Pyromancer. Equality is an obvious. If someone, if like a warrior puts out a Varian Wind, you can always try and save that. It's also got this card, Enter the Colosseum. Often if your opponent's got a lot of minions on the board and you just buff 1 slightly higher, and you've got perhaps 1 or 2 minions on the board that can attack, and interestingly, for instance, if you've got, like I say, you've got Dr. Boom there, and he's got, like I say, a 5 attack and then loads of 4, 3 and 2 attacks. You can trade that out. Assuming Dr. Boom is healthy. I've done that as well. And obviously the Kodo is here. Obviously, Kodo is not really a card you see very often in ranked play. It's much more seen as like an arena card. But I mean, literally, it's just so powerful to play with either humility or the peacekeeper, and it completely, it just turns defense into attack in a very cool way. And also, of course, you've got the Muster for Battle, and then just the 1 Quartermaster. So you won't always get that out, but can be pretty good. And then, of course, Tyrion there, Sylvanas to and another benefit with Sylvanas is if you do happen to have I suppose it's rare and I can't actually think of any situations it's happened, but I mean in general, one interesting thing about these two though is if you were running a very high cost minion deck, you could do or in fact, even if you were doing a deck with Blessing of Kings in it, or anything that's going to increase your attack substantially, you could, of course, you could clear the board, kill your Sylvanas, and then take their high attack minion. So you would end up with your own high attack minion with over 5 attack and their high attack minion. Enter Colosseum is actually a very powerful card, but it's not really been used very much yet. But it's pretty cool. And then of course you have Murloc Knight. So Murloc Knight is it's an ideal card to play after a board clear. And that is one thing, of course, that Paladin is very strong at, is that after board clear, you could do so many things. I mean, realistically, put it this way, right? You could literally fill your whole board up. Do Murloc Knight, and then you Silver Hand. So that's automatically 3 minions, and then you could muster for battle as well. So you'd have 6 minions plus a weapon from an empty board. So that sort of displays sort of power you could have there. But yeah, like I say, it's good against most of the decks that are currently being used. It does sometimes. I have to say, I haven't done too well against real rush. Obviously, there's the Rogue Rush as well now. I never thought I'd see Rogue Face, but that Face Rogue is certainly a deck that's used now. But of course, Shielded Minibot has always been a very, very strong opener, and will basically kill any opener really. Well, except for, of course, the 3/4 for 2 mana from the Shaman, but then they don't have anything to follow up with anyway. But yeah, obviously against rush decks you want mini-bots, and really you want the Death Lord, because you're not going to get through that. And yeah, I mean, like I say, there's a lot of really good cards here, and generally the longer the game goes on, the more likely you are to win. But yeah, this card was this is one of my first legendary. I've got a few so far. I disenchanted Ice Cloud because I didn't really want it, and I decided to get Alexstrasza as well. A lot of decks seem to be quite good with Alexstrasza actually, but I don't know. But yeah, it's just a pretty cool deck. Just get their minions with low attack, and then let them build up their board with shit attack minions, and then you can just basically, depending on how you want to do it, quality. Obviously your quality consecrate is incredible, but I've actually found that I've actually been at the end of games and I still got my quality in consecrate just because the trades I'm able to do, and really using the hero power. Obviously with Murloc Knights, and yeah, I mean the card draw is good. You've got the well, it's not good, but it's okay. 3 cards will get card draw, and Murloc Knight in a sense is card draw, even though you don't actually get a card in your hand. So I could almost say that's like 5 cards with the card draw. And of course, yeah, humility is very, very useful to reverse powerful board as well. So yeah, I think that's probably going to do it. And you can just see, yeah, that like if you think about it, and Dr. Boom is like normally Dr. Boom is great anyway, but look at that synergy with what I was talking about before, just getting minions on the board. And you can even do Enter the Colosseum with a Dr. Boom on the board, and that just sort of it sends the boom bots out to attack. I mean, if they've got a high attack minion with low health and you've got Dr. Boom, then you just straight up kill it. Yeah, and probably I mean this is just an interesting card in terms of the death rattle stuff that it could potentially do for you. But yeah, obviously. But yeah, the good thing about Death Lord, of course, is that in this deck is that that Humility and Eldar Peacekeeper and Edric will completely destroy. Even if they get out, a huge minion very early on, there's a very good chance you're going to be able to handle it in some way, whether that's Pyromancer. Yeah, we need Pyromancer quality for that. But yeah, pretty cool deck. I've been having a lot of fun with it, so yeah, that's about all for now. Thanks for watching.